Hi guys, welcome back to Malledam. This is of course another episode where we'll be building something, but today we'll be moving a little bit away from the rail. I do like my trains, but in this case I have a slightly more interesting thing to cover. First, however, let's take a look at this, which is sort of rail related. This is the Nieuwebuurt. It is the newest neighbourhood in Malledam. I built it completely off camera. There's still bits and pieces to be filled in. But basically, most of this is just copy-pasted from previous parts of the city, built in a sort of very standard way. A bunch of apartment blocks around a little sort of inner garden. Has its own rapid transit stop with this tram. It also has its own little like neighbourhood bus. A shop. Yeah, just a shop really. So this neighbourhood has also the first bus station, terminal like that spawns them. That's actually inside the city, so now we can actually make the bus lines and they won't take a billion years to come. Okay, so that's enough about that. It's a super simple neighbourhood. Most of it's just copy-pasted, but it does actually look quite good on the map, especially when you render it into like City Skylines map view. Okay, so we're gonna go up to here, this junction. Now this is an interesting junction because the cars and the buses, both of which are like super important traffic, like these buses handle so many people, they are so important, and yet they're relegated to this to waiting just absolutely ages for the lights to change at this junction. Sometimes you can wait upwards of like 40-50 seconds. You can end up with more than a minute of wait at this junction. Shall we have a quick look? Use this counters. Yeah. So for example, if you want to go straight on this this road here, if you want to go straight onto the motorway, which thankfully not that many people actually want to at the moment. No, hang on. If you want to go into the city or straight on, this is very confusing. Long story short, this is a super confusing intersection. But these guys who are wanting to go straight on, which is fair enough, everyone wants to get out of the city in this area, they have to wait another 38 seconds before they even have the chance to do that. Sometimes the traffic flow will change and it'll be quicker than that, but this is still going to take them pretty much a minute just to have a chance. So I don't think that's acceptable, and especially when there's like buses stuck in the queue catching up with one another. Like this guy has 13 people on him, this guy has 19, this guy 14, so it's relatively important. And this is like the main bus, like superhighway. It leads to London here, which is of course the biggest bus station in the city. And there's not even a place for like people to switch buses here, so really that's all happening up there. So since that's the case, I would like a sort of highway style intersection here. So I'm going to get to work, and what I'm going to do is I'm not going to film it because I get the feeling there's going to be quite a few wrong attempts, you know, before there's a good one. But yeah, I'm sure it'll come out nice in the end. The really tricky thing is going to be able to fit pedestrians and cyclists in, because right now they have a pretty easy link. It's just this bridge over the flat intersection, and that's why there's no pedestrians on the ground. But now we're going to have to step it up a bit and completely grade separate this, so there's no real intersection here. So I'll get on with that, and I'll let you guys see the outcome at the end. Alright guys, welcome back. I've built our intersection. It's a massive mess, so what I'm going to do is take you on a little tour of it, if you will. So, let's take a look around here. So, here we are. There's the bridge coming from the motorway over here and the big bus station. Sorry for the lag. So, over here we have the exit, which takes, you can either go straight on, obviously, into the middle of the city, or you can take this exit. This exit takes you to these two slip roads. And here you can choose to either go across to the left or go to the right. And every single route has its own slip road. You have probably the messiest one here is this one where they have to take a rather tight corner to join the road. But yeah, let's go above it so we can see like a flowing map of it, so to speak. So, there we are. So, if you want to exit here, you can go this way or to the left as well. If you want to enter the motorway in this direction, you would take it here. If you want to enter it in the other direction, you can join it in a series of complicated arrows. Yeah, you will need a sat nav here because I haven't put any signs in yet, which was probably a bit short-sighted of me, really. Let's see, do I have any signs? Yeah, I could have sworn there was one, but I don't know where it is at the moment, so I'll pass on that. These are all entrance signs, and it doesn't appear to be a overhead sign. Anyway, so where before there was an intersection where there would be long tailbacks, now every traffic route has its own path. The only cost was this absolute monstrosity that I had to build in order to make sure it happened, make sure it was efficient, including this rather messy roundabout, which people are parking on, which they should not be doing. Pardon me. So I'll just ban people from parking. Yeah, in and around the roundabout. Okay. So yeah. This is probably the biggest road intersection in the whole city so far. Why don't we see if we can take a bus that's doing it. There's one. It'll probably be rather laggy when we come around because the game has managed to load improperly. Ah, it's very treey as well. There's lots of trees around here. But yeah. It's just a series of bridges, really, more than anything else. There you go, there's the lag, because it literally part of the map, you're looking right at it, but it's not too bad. Yeah, so, as you can see, it's ridiculously curvy, but it replaces an intersection which was much needed to be replaced. So much bus traffic was going through it. It was basically the bus choke point of the whole city. Buses to all of the region went through it, and now they can individually find their way onto the motorway with little to no trouble. I'm quite happy with that, really. Buses now are basically free to go, you know, as fast as, we're basically without even slowing down, where before they would have up to a 75-second wait. Yeah. I think what I will do is I'll leave you with a journey through from one side to the other. Very short one, through the intersection. As you can see, of course, I've got all these paths and stuff because there's loads of bicycles as well in this city. So there's a walking route around the intersection as well, don't worry. It's not like too pedestrian unfriendly, you can get around it. So. Here is the unbelievably messy route to go straight on from one side of the intersection to the other. There it is. Wasn't that a bit confusing? And likewise, if you follow this route, I'm fairly certain that's the straight on route in the other direction. Let me join and see if I can find a car that's going to do it. Where are you going? No? Into Nord. You should be going straight on, shouldn't you? Yeah. There we go, this ambulance car, is going to go straight on, which is up, round, and then behind all of these rather dodgy... Yeah, it's all a bit of a mess. There's a tree in the middle of the road as well. Yeah, but the key point is basically that now there's no massive traffic problem where there was one before. We moved that tree. So I think we can all rest easy, and as the city goes to bed, skip ahead so we can all see it go to bed. It's a bit questionable, isn't it? Missing lights even on some bit, actually, now that I see that. Look. Wow, that is not very safe in this section, but it does the job, and that's the important thing. So, yeah. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time in another video.